And I'm Michael.
I can't believe it's been 8 weeks already. It's episode 8.
Unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Yes.
But this is an exciting episode.
Yes, it is. We have your update on Matt Caesar.
And a lot of around the league news this week.
Plus your picks for not only Northside Inside, but home run of the week.
Time for game recaps. The Pirates series last weekend, Friday, the Cubs won 9-4. Addison Russell, Chris Bryant, and David Ross all homered. Saturday, they won 8-2. Anthony Rizzo and Addison Russell homered. Sunday, the Cubs lost 1-2. Then we go into the Brewers series. Tuesday, they lost 2-4. Jason Hayward hit his first Cubs home run, though. Wednesday, they won 2-1. In the 13th inning, Travis Wood was walked with the bases loaded to potentially win the game. Thursday, they lost 3-5. Then we go into the weekend versus the San Francisco Giants. Tonight, it's Jake Arrieta, who is 7-0, versus Jake Peavy, who is 1-4. Saturday, it's John Lester, who is 4-2, versus Matt Cain, who is 0-5. Sunday, it's Kyle Hendricks, who is 2-3, versus Madison Bumgarner, who is 5-2. This week's Cubs news: the Cubs activated catcher Miguel Montero off the 15-day DL on Saturday. Outfielder Ryan Kalish was designated for assignment, but he has cleared waivers and will join the Iowa Cubs. The Cubs have signed six-time All-Star relief pitcher Joe Nathan to a major league deal. He has been placed on the 60-day DL as he continues to recover from Tommy John surgery that took place in April 2015. Nathan is expected to go to the Cubs complex in Mesa, Arizona to continue rehab. Matt Caesar was placed on the 15-day disabled list with a strained right hamstring on May 3rd. He was eligible to return Wednesday but was not activated. Caesar began a minor league rehab assignment yesterday with the Double-A Tennessee Smokies.
I have a bunch of around the league news to cover this week for you guys. Starting off with the MLB and their disciplinary actions. They disciplined a total of 14 players and staff members in the wake of Sunday's incident between the Blue Jays and the Rangers. The most severe penalty was given to Rangers second baseman Odor, who punched Jose Bautista in the jaw after Bautista slid into second base in the top of the 8th inning of Sunday's game at Globe Life Park. Odor has been suspended 8 games. Blue Jays pitcher Jesse Chavez was suspended 3 games for intentionally throwing at Prince Fielder in the bottom of the 8th after warnings had been issued to both benches. Bautista and Rangers shortstop Elvis Andreas were each suspended for 1 game. Bautista for his actions on the field and his post-game comments, and Andreas for his aggressive actions after the benches emptied. Why not stay with the suspension topic? Tigers manager Brad Ausmus received a 1-game suspension from Major League Baseball on Tuesday for the tirade following his ejection from Monday night's 10-8 win over the Twins for arguing balls and strikes. Managers can't appeal suspensions, so Ausmus was not in the dugout for Tuesday's middle game against the Twins. Bench coach Gene Lamont served as manager in Ausmus's place. Off to one of the worst starts in their history, the Atlanta Braves fired manager Freddie Gonzalez on Tuesday. Ryan Snitker, manager of the Atlanta's AAA Inuit farm team, will replace Gonzalez as the Braves' interim manager through the end of the season. The Angels have completed their deal with right-hander Tim Lincecum. They will pay him a base salary of about $2 million for the rest of the season. The club has not confirmed the agreement, which also would reportedly include $1.7 million in incentives.
You guys picked this topic for Northside Inside, power of position players, which got 55% of the votes. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
We saw it a lot the other night.
We did, yes. A lot, actually, during the Brewers game. Chris Bryant played left field, then he went to third base, then he went to first base, back to left field. And who knows, he probably played second, short, and even pitched.
He probably caught the ball. He probably pitched and then went and caught, so.
But that brings up, Chris Bryant. He's excellent at third base, an outstanding third base, probably in the top 5 in the league. And, I mean, then he can go play left field, he can go play right field. I don't know how he is at center field, but I'm going to assume that he's relatively good. If you're Chris Bryant, are you upset about not playing your normal everyday position at third base?
He's said it time and time again that he just wants the team to win and he'll do whatever it has to take. And I think he's been doing really well with it. I know that he came to the team for third base. I didn't expect him to go in the outfield, did you?
No, not at all.
When he first got called up, I did not expect that. But he's been really good in left field, and I know he can play center field, right field. He'll go anywhere, first base.
Exactly.
Same with Javier Baez. He's been adjusting to that very well.
Now, is Baez, in your opinion, do you think he'll be, I don't know how long, maybe when Ben Zobrist retires, if Baez is still on the team, do you think he'd become that everyday second baseman? Or do you think someone from the minor leagues will come up, fill that void, and Javier Baez kind of takes the role as what Ben Zobrist has done in his career, where he can play every position?
I think they're training Baez to be a utility player like Ben Zobrist is now. So I definitely can see him mixing it up. He might stay at second base like Ben Zobrist is, but if they needed him to go in the outfield, third base, whatever, like Ben Zobrist does sometimes, then I definitely think they're training him for that. And it's just been, I think that Chris Bryant is better off in left field, in my opinion, and Baez at third base. I really like Baez at third base. His defensive skills are awesome, and I like having him in the lineup for his offense.
Okay, and then even though he's not playing this year, Kyle Schwarber, he's a great utility player. He will become a personal catcher, hopefully, next year for Jason Hamill or for someone on this Cubs pitching staff. But then he'll spend the majority of his time in the outfield. Do you think after what happened in the beginning of the year, he's going to be able to adjust and feel comfortable back out in the outfield?
I think so for sure. I'm more worried about him catching, to be honest, after his injury. But I think he'll be perfectly fine. I know he wants the team to do well without him now, and I think he'll do whatever when he comes back next season. So I'm excited to see that, though, and I know that since his injury, a lot of people forget that we still have the Cubs still have Kyle Schwarber. So it's going to be, tough to adjust to all that next season. You're going to have multiple players in multiple positions, but Joe Maddon's been really well with that, and they've been training all these players. Like I said, Javier Baez, Tommy La Stella. So.
Okay, and then just one last question. Jorge Soler has been struggling a lot of lately. Do you think they are training Baez and Bryant and Ben Zobrist, who can play out in the outfield, Tommy La Stella as well? Do you think they're making them, they're defining those skills because Soler might be not a Cub anymore?
It's tough to say right now. I know Joe Maddon really likes Soler, and he's been sticking up for him this past couple, weeks where Soler is kind of in a slump. I think Soler will pick it up. I like his defensive skills. I mean, there's some plays where I think he's just not trying, or he's just getting really down on himself. He needs that confidence back that he had last season, so we can see Soler power again. But yeah, it's tough to say right now. I don't know. I know he'd be one of the players on the chopping block if a deal came through, a good deal for the Cubs came through. I know he would be one of the players. Same with Baez. It's hard to say if he'll still be on the team,
Okay.
But since you guys picked this topic, we want to hear your thoughts on the power of position players: Chris Bryant, Javier Baez, Jorge Soler.
Yeah,
pretty much everyone besides Anthony Rizzo.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts on our Twitter at Northside Manor. Player of the week, I'm going to give the honors to David Ross.
Why?
He's just been awesome, killing it with homers, throwing out people. What was it, that one game he threw out like 4 people?
Yeah, that was a clinic he put on.
He's just killing it, and it's his last year, and he's going out with a bang.
Yes, he is.
And it's only May.
It is.
Line caught by Zobrist. Double play.
There's your double play ball.
In the air. And Hamilton! Are you kidding me?
Kicks the Puig. Barney on his way to second. Puig's throw is on the money, and he got him again.
Don't hate me, please don't hate me, but my play of the week is going to our Southside foes with the White Sox and their triple play. It's their second one of the season. You know, that's awesome. It really is, and just take a look at the play.
Hugely successful. And recently, that has changed. Frazier at third. Fair ball. Could be three. My goodness. They did it again.
Bonds to today. The Diamondbacks. Coghlan runs on the 3-2 and a fly ball hit to deep left. Bradley looks up. That ball is gone. A home run.
Now for home run of the week, I know, Michael, you had your pick in mind, but we still had to ask our Twitter followers who they wanted to win home run of the week.
So my pick was Chris Davis, 2 outs, bases loaded, 2 strikes, bottom of the 9th, grand slam to win the game the other night.
That's just crazy.
That's the perfect scenario, and it was a mammoth grand slam.
Out again. Oh, belted left field, and that baby is gone.
But you guys picked Jason Hayward's first Cubs home run, and that had 46% of the votes. Take a look at it.
Looking for his first career complete game and shutout. And a drive out into deep right center, way back toward the wall. Gone! Jason Hayward has his first home run as a Chicago Cub.
Don't forget about our partnership with Bygone Brand. Make sure you go to bygonebrand.com, get yourself a t-shirt, use promo code Northside Manor to get 10% off.
Yes, and if you guys are still interested in a Northside Manor t-shirt, they are going fast. We have, I think, maybe 4 or 5 left. We are selling them very quickly, so please hit us up if you guys are interested in purchasing a Northside Manor t-shirt with our sponsor, Bygone Brand.
And also, we're going to do a mailbag this coming Monday, so if you have any Cubs-related questions, send them in to us via Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you got to do. Connor will answer them this Monday.
Yes, he will, and that's going to do for us on the 8th episode of Northside Manor. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Michael.
And I'm Gabriella.
And go Cubs.